Breaking news, y'all. The New York Times just RIP'd NBA 2K. We're going to review the article in full, but here's some snippets. The video game NBA 2K24 lets fans play as their favorite basketball stars. It's $70, but there's a pressure to spend more. Microtransactions are pervasive in sports games and are big business for studios, which use the same techniques as casinos. In-game sales generate about 80% of revenue for publisher NBA 2K and Grand Theft Auto. Think $4.2 billion. We're about to get into this full article, just released by the New York Times. I bet you right now, 2K's wishing they started their rollout just a bit sooner. If any of you guys are new here, drop a like, drop a sub. Let's get to the video.
It's AllCity. Load up that clip.
What's good, y'all? I'm AllCity. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Ain't that something? Sometimes you just gotta be patient and your W's will start rolling in. Maybe it is the swift kick in the behind that 2K actually needed. And I imagine whatever intentions they had for their rollout, it's probably gonna come a lot sooner. And I just wanna remind you guys that that's now two major news outlets. First, the Washington Post, Herb Scribner reporting on NBA 2K's tactics. And now we got the New York Times exposing their madness to the masses. This article was sent to me by the good homie, AllCity Big Heck. Let's see what the New York Times had to say about NBA 2K. All right, y'all. So this article starts out saying the exhortations to spend can feel like being in a casino. Upon starting NBA 2K24, players are immediately overwhelmed with opportunities to buy new items and limited edition packs. Opening them is designed to be compelling aesthetically. Rather than simply revealing their contents, the packs explode and scatter, accompanied by intricate animations and sound effects meant to dazzle you guys. Now keep in mind, this is an article directly out of the New York Times and it was released today. The article goes on to say the game is constantly presenting you with, say, a LeBron James card, and you can only get him for like 1 week. He's only available in such and such pack, and the chances of you getting him are absolutely astronomical. And that was quoted by Jordan Miller, a critic for Video Games Chronicle. He goes on to add, they allow you not to spend money just to say that they can. But he caps off this quote by saying it's completely unavoidable. And what he's referring to is that you guys can earn VC just playing the game, but you're gonna be at a disadvantage if you're attempting to compete online without that VC. And it seems like 2K's whole game design is based around either having you grind out an insane amount of hours or make an easy purchase. The New York Times goes on to say virtual trading cards are incredibly lucrative for the publishers 2K and Electronic Arts, which uses them in the soccer game FC, formerly known as FIFA, the NFL game Madden, and now the resurrected college football. Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of 2K and Rockstar Games, which makes Grand Theft Auto, said in financial statements that microtransactions made up 79% of its revenue last fiscal year, about $4.2 billion. NBA 2K23 and NBA 2K24 were among the largest contributors. That's your money. That's you guys. NBA 2K23 and NBA 2K24 being the largest contributors to that $4.2 billion. It goes on to say over the same time frame, microtransactions accounted for 73% or $5.6 billion of revenue for Electronic Arts, which also publishes The Sims and Apex Legends. A representative from 2K declined to comment, but EA did respond saying that microtransactions were optional and helped pay for the content updates that audience now expect regularly. I gotta tell you, considering that this is the New York Times and maybe 2K just wasn't aware of how much they were gonna be put on blast here, it seems like EA had a quick and ready response. 2K declining to comment, I don't know if that makes them hella arrogant or just dumb. In this article, it even shows some of 2K's ways. Under the card that you see of LeBron James, it says NBA 2K24 players were able to obtain this version of LeBron James for free by playing the game. Higher rated LeBron cards were hidden in packs that could be bought with real money. And this article goes on to say, with so much money at stake, companies often prioritize the parts of their games that use microtransactions. Is that not our experience with NBA 2K? At least that's my take on it, my personal experience with 2K, especially from what it once was. I got to experience NBA 2K before, microtransactions invaded the game, but now it's something completely different, and you can see what's actually developing the game, and it's not the inspiration of creativity from the devs. That incentive is a significant shift from sports games of the 1990s and early 2000s, when the emphasis was on improving gameplay and graphics to produce the most realistic simulations possible. possible. Titles like NBA 2K1 and Madden 2003 remain among the most acclaimed ever made. But now, games in that very same franchise, which have no direct competition because of exclusive or expensive licenses, get middling reviews. And this was quoted from IGN. NBA 2K24 wants you to open up your wallet and punishes you if you don't, calling the game's microtransactions heinous. Man, the New York Times is just not playing. They must have really felt some way about 2K declining to respond, because I noticed a portion of this article, which I kind of scrolled by because it was a response from EA's representatives, kind of helped soften the blow toward EA. But NBA 2K, they just looking real bad right now. It says NBA 2K24 features two kinds of in-game currency: virtual currency and Mighty Points, both of which can be purchased. For $4.99, a player can buy 21,000 My Team points or 15,000 VC. Discounts to encourage bigger purchases can produce 1 million My Team points or 700k VC, which you guys would have to pay $149 for that. It says, if this sounds convoluted, it is seemingly by design. The opaque process makes it harder for players to track how much they're spending. And when I read that, I couldn't help but think, when I made the video about, how much I spent throughout the year, which is why I started NBA 2K24 with no money spent, and I never want to spend that much again. I was completely unaware of what I spent in an annual cycle, and we found out that a lot of you guys were completely unaware as well. And it's crazy to think that this is all by design, and we just fell right into the trap. But anyway, the article goes on to say entry-level card packs, which cost the equivalent of about $1, include bench warmers like Dennis Smith Jr., Jordan Nwora, and Malachi Flynn. I don't even know if I jacked those names up, but anyway, limited edition packs run as much as $50 and advertise a high chance of including NBA legends like Hakeem Olajuwon or Allen Iverson. The game occasionally promotes special offers to buy high-end player cards outright. A highly rated Wembanyama, last season unanimous Rookie of the Year, cost about $20. Before I continue on, I would like to say salute to everybody who's still here watching this video. If we want to help create some change, then we got to know the inner workings of what's going on. So I feel like it's important. That's why I'm reading the whole article all the way through, because I think if a lot of you guys know that this is by design, the urge that you have to buy another pack of VC or create another build, and you find out like that's by design, it's set for you to feel that way. I imagine the less you're inclined to make that actual purchase or make so many purchases. Anyway, this article goes on to say microtransactions have been a part of video games for at least 2 decades, enabling players to buy real estate in a second life. Horse and armor in Elder Scrolls, cosmetic upgrades like weapon skins and character outfits are pervasive in almost all genres, bankrolling games like League of Legends, Overwatch, and Genshin Impact. But sports games go beyond selling jerseys and sneakers. Since Ultimate Team, the elaborate fantasy management mode in which players can construct their dream squad by collecting and trading digital sports cards, was introduced in FIFA 09. It has become by far the most popular way of playing games like FC and Madden, supplanting the modes that allow you to play using complete rosters of real-life teams. Other sports franchises have replicated the model, a kind of lottery system based around loot boxes, which have faced legislative challenges in some countries. Belgium banned loot boxes after a case involving FIFA 18, while the highest court in the Netherlands ruled that FIFA's loot boxes, they weren't gambling. But they don't get off the hook so easily. It goes on to say developers are often mindful of the stigma around microtransactions, tweaking levers in their economies when players' complaints grow loud enough. And if this is our experience on 2K, then maybe our complaints aren't loud enough, don't you think? Electronic Arts emphasizes that players are not obligated to spend money to participate in Ultimate Team. It is possible to play entirely with virtual currency that is earned through in-game challenges. Critics, however, insist that it's almost impossible to play Ultimate Team without spending on card packs or feeling completely left out. The online multiplayer mode heavily favors teams stacked with premium talent. Without the kinds of ultra-rare cards that unlock these players, standard teams simply cannot be competitive. IGN's review of FC24 argued that Ultimate Team always feels inherently unfair because people who are willing to spend real money on microtransactions to get packs will have a much better squad in a shorter amount of time. This article goes on to say to encourage players to spend money, Electronic Arts and 2K have made the experience of virtually opening card packs as appealing as possible. A tiny dopamine rush triggers a desire to buy even more. A psychologist who specializes in video games said that these systems platforms operated on the same principle of random rewards as slot machines. The anticipation, it's more important than the actual reward. The psychologist quoted once again said there's been research to show how the exciting part isn't finding out what's in the box, but right before you open the box, seeing the little effects pop up, hearing the sounds, watching the opening animations. This is what keeps 2K players addicted to the process and spending way more money. It goes on to say, by embellishing and amplifying these elements, sports games are making the act of buying card packs irresistible, which is of particular concern to groups worried about the well-being of children. Madden, FC, NBA 2K are all rated E for everyone in the United States. Psychologists quoted once again saying the game is not Loot Box 3000, it's FIFA. They're here to play virtual sports, not open loot boxes. That's not the advertised experience. The founder of Ethical Games weighed in on this as well, said loot boxes are especially problematic for children because the part of their brain that helps regulate compulsions, it hasn't fully matured yet. And it's just really hard for kids to refrain from trying to get the thing that they want to get. If you have mechanics like these in games that are rated for kids, it's clearly unethical. And this is the kicker that I hope really hits home for y'all. The large audiences for sports games suggest that many players do enjoy the process of managing their card collections and building a successful team. When the next Madden or NBA 2K is released this year, millions of players will buy the new title, leaving all their past player cards behind. Enjoyed NBA 2K24 and want to pick up NBA 2K25 this fall? You'll be starting from scratch. All of your players are basically made irrelevant because although you can still play the game, everyone moves on to the new one and all your money is gone. You guys could have spent thousands and it's all done. And now we're on to the next title, the next version of the game, to do it all over again. You know, I gotta say, from the perspective of someone who's been involved from the very beginning, watching 2K evolve into this money-hungry type of company, I'm proud to see that there's respectable and reputable news outlets are willing to share some of these pervasive actions that a lot of these AAA gaming companies are placing on gamers across the world. We keep pushing. Change that's gonna come. If you guys are new here and want to stay up to date with the latest information on NBA 2K25, definitely consider dropping a like and a sub. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.